Gavin, Louis, I feel like I had to cut the hay for this episode because this is serious. The level of homosexuality we are about to be part of, be witness to create on this here internet.
Oh my God.
Unparalleled. Okay? It's going to be crazy.
Do I have to do this now?
Yeah. Are we the SNL writers room? Because we are pandering to the gays this week, okay? I want everyone to know, whether you are a Bob girl or a Bang girl, there is space for everyone here today on these here mixed reviews. Hi, everyone. Welcome.
We are the Mixed Reviews, or a film podcast where we take a film subject such as an actor, director, a mini genre, and we take an entire month. We get so much info, and oh my God, this time we got so much info, and we're going to do our best to give it to you. And then we watch a lot of movies, and we tell you what we like and what we don't like.
Gavin, the way you said we're going to do our best to give it all to you does really throwing me off, babe. I'm so sorry.
I need you to know I'm giving my all. I got my handful of pills and I did it.
Oh my God, it's already
Mama.
started. We watch a lot of movies. The reviews are mixed, and sometimes we bring friends along for the ride. We are here with one of our OG girly friends. It is the Miss Tranna Wintour.
Hi, thank you so much for having me back.
Thank you for coming back. Thank you for carving time into your
Well, this is truly one of my favorite podcasts, and one of the few where I actually re-listen to episodes because I just like having you guys in my apartment. I know that might sound really crazy, but you guys, I don't know, you relax me, you soothe me, you make me feel like you just help me de-stress when I have a lot of anxiety, and just hearing your voices and hearing you talk about movies, I really just can't get enough of.
That is so crazy because literally millions of people around the world say that about you, and we are so lucky to have you here again. You only come to talk about the divas, and for that,
yes,
we appreciate. Before we get into this month's topic and episode, Gavin.
But even before we get into old business, can we just talk about Tranna for a bit? Can we just talk about Tranna? Since you've been on the show, you've conquered TV. You've conquered literally stand up. You got to perform at Radio City Music Hall.
Yes.
That's casual.
Yeah,
casual,
that's unprecedented.
Opening from Mateo Lane, my brilliant friend. I was not the headliner, but it was still the biggest dream come true of my life. And honestly, one of the big things running through my mind that night was thinking about Liza at Radio City, the daughter of our subject today. And that venue just holds so much history, and you can feel it when you're in there. And I don't think I'll ever get over it, honestly. I want that to be on my tombstone. Performed at Radio City.
Yes.
I've only seen 3 entertainers live at Radio City in my time here. I've seen Yes. I saw Metric, fellow Canadians like you.
Yes.
And I saw Carly Rae Jepsen, also Canadian. So what is it with Canadians doing Radio City?
We're killing it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I saw Haim, this shirt I'm wearing, this tour at Radio City.
Funny.
That is amazing.
I didn't even do this on purpose or anything. Also Diana Ross I saw there.
Oh, that's amazing.
So yeah, it's you and Diana Ross. Okay, at Radio City. He was like,
yeah, you know.
Yeah, the next time you'll be back, we'll be talking about Diana Ross and her film career.
Yes.
Oh my God, you haven't done Diana yet.
No. And we
please
could
have me back for that. Although, does she have enough movies?
She has a number, and also she's the star of The Wiz.
Yes.
Okay. Also, wow, tangential. It's all coming back. But yes, Tranna, it's been truly amazing. I remember us talking about Madonna and how fun and silly that was, and then it was and Tranna's on TV a lot now, and killing it. So truly, congratulations.
I love that you're so iconic that the current season of Traders Canada, which I've not started yet and which I have to do illegally here in the US because we're stupid.
No, it's the Canadians that are stupid for not making it internationally available. It's not you guys.
I think it's I'm going to blame us. I think it's
no, this is on them, and it really pisses me off because this should be available internationally like every other version is.
But I love that you're still being referenced. I love that you're like, even
Well,
in the social media game, they're like Tranna, a true star.
thank
Mm-hmm.
you. Thank you.
Okay, now we can get into all business.
Yeah,
I wanted to
please.
bask in the glow that is Tranna Wintour.
And I really appreciate it.
Um, before we get into today's episode, we have a couple of comments
Yes.
from our previous episode. Last episode, it was our annual Ookie Spooky episode. It was all about aliens on film. A lot of fun, a lot of like weird places we went with that episode.
Yeah, I ended up having a lot of fun with that episode and getting a weird appreciation for, like I said in that episode, I don't associate aliens with Halloween on like a base level.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like, oh yeah, there are a lot of spooky alien movies and whatnot. But we did get a couple comments. The first is from Charlie. These comments come from our Patreon, by the way. And if you want to join our Patreon, you can always do that, where it's just patreon.com/themixreviews. It's $5 across the board. And you get extended episodes. I think that episode is 20 minutes longer. And yeah. But these comments are, this first one's from Charlie. It says, my 5-star alien movie pick, which was not mentioned, is Sailor Moon R, the movie from 1993.
Oh, that's an
Wow.
amazing choice.
Yeah, I've never seen it, so I was like, I need to see this. The movie and the Sailor Moon anime as a whole, which I have seen, was an extremely foundational queer text for me and features one of the greatest needle drops in cinematic history, which is Moon Revenge by Peach Hips. Also, since the Sailor Guardians were all space princesses in their past lives, that technically makes them aliens.
So we're saying all the sailors are aliens, yes?
Yeah,
I
I
am-
guess.
I guess. I'm not the I mean, I love Sailor Moon, but more for the aesthetics than like the actual
Storytelling,
stories.
perhaps?
Yeah.
I just want to vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
I am very much a tuxedo mask figure in real life, which is more that
Mm.
I show up, do nothing, and like I
Yeah.
did it.
That's
you
the way to
did-
do. That is the way to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
And we also got a comment from Austin, who, by the way, this is Austin King, who directed a short film that I edited and was just in a couple film festivals, including Fantastic Fest in Texas. And I hate, what are we doing
Yeah.
here? Zoom,
Well,
Zoom with
Zoom
the
said
thumbs up.
yes. Good job.
Yeah, thank you, Zoom. But yeah, and Austin King says, I am a twin, and I will neither confirm nor deny we are aliens.
Escape to Witch Mountain, original text, original like Disney movie, like from way back then.
Not the one with the rock.
Not the one with the rock. So good. I'm obsessed with it. Talk about vibes. Talk about aesthetics. Okay, purple as like alien. Love it.
I just realized I don't think you guys included Spice World in the Alien episode.
You're right. And what's funny is I feel like I did think about it. Someone mentioned it to me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I've seen Spice World a billion times. There are aliens, and they're like kind of like bumbling
Yeah.
Spice Girls
yeah.
fans. They're fans."
Yeah.
I completely forgot about the alien subplot in that movie, and I literally was at a party yesterday, and somebody was like, "Have you seen Spice World? The aliens in Spice World?" And I was like, "Girl, what are you talking about?" Like,
Okay,
so-
Gavin with the humble brag at a party yesterday. Cool.
I got
okay,
invited
fine.
to an event.
Wow. Wow.
Everybody was dressed really nice, and I was wearing a hoodie and a t-shirt, and I felt very out of place.
Excellent. Well, those are both great, or all three. Tranna, you were mentioned of Spice World, Sailor Moon R, I think is what are the
Correct,
first comments. Correct. And then yeah, I mean, twins may or may not be aliens, and we're just gonna have to think about that. But we had a blast.
I think that is not a hard enough denial for me. So I think
Right.
he's just actually confirming.
Austin's like on his way to a mountain right now. But okay, we had fun with aliens, and now we're moving on. It is November. Tranna, why don't you tell us who we are talking about here today?
We are talking about, I don't even know how to describe her. The true OG, the ultimate entertainer, beyond legendary. I mean, that we all know that word gets thrown around all the time now. So to me, she's just beyond any definition of that, Judy Garland.
Yeah,
my God.
It's doing this episode has been so like illuminating, fulfilling, and like really coloring in the world of what I thought I knew about Hollywood, because she really is just like the pinnacle of every horrible thing that we've heard about, in this
Yes.
industry, the blueprint for so many other entertainers, her reach and her legacy just is, you can't even define it. It's just like everywhere. I mean, um,
Exactly.
from child stars like Miley Cyrus to, like the tip of the A-list actresses like Angelina Jolie and beyond. It's just
Yeah.
incredible. I was thinking about, like, I mean, the last movie I saw was A Star Is Born, and I was thinking, of course, about Lady Gaga and like how kind of this entertainers at her caliber, and like if we had people today like her, and thinking about, these triple threat girlies who,
Hmm.
are still doing the thing, but like, my God, I'm gonna think about like Zendaya, like, and how her career has been, she has not been through nearly the same hell that
Right.
Judy has been through, right? And it's because of these really horrible things that Judy and her story she went through, and her story, that truly is just like an ultimate cautionary tale, but also just like,
Yeah.
there's a reason why queer people connect with her, and it's
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
she fucking overcame all of that shit. She was, you know, performing through the pain, and God, it was, yeah, it's an amazing run. I'm already getting emotional. We haven't even started.
Yeah. But like, yeah, a pain that would break all of these girlies in half,
Yeah.
and she still remained standing.
Yep.
And I don't know if it's just because of everything that she went through or just something within her soul, but she also has a gravitas that very few people have today. Like,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, like you said, Louis, even just speaking about her, you get emotional because she gave us so much of herself and her
Mm-hmm.
vulnerability and her emotions, again, in a way that I don't really see many people in any of the 3 areas that she excelled at really giving us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of wild to think about somebody who had that much anxiety, and obviously, like, armchair psychologists, none of us can really identify what exactly was wrong with, but you read so much about her and you watch and you hear all the stories about how she, like, hated going, like, she loved being on stage but hated going on stage, like,
Mhm.
that pressure she put on herself and all the things that, like, fed into that from when she was a kid, be it her mother really pushing her into this life, or like Louis B. Mayer calling her his little hunchback, all these people, that it's so wild that she does have the presence that she did, that you mentioned, Trina, because it like you said, it would break most people in half. Like
Yeah.
it's so. I was also getting emotional this morning. I watched like 3 different documentaries this morning on her,
Mm.
and they're just all so sad, and like
Well, it is awful,
yeah, it's awful,
and I think
yeah.
sometimes, and I understand, like, when I hear Liza in interviews, Liza always loves to highlight her mom's sense of humor, and I
Yes.
feel like Liza tries to put this sort of happy face on everything, and I understand where that's coming from, absolutely, but, I mean, you can't there's I don't think any of the good erases the amount of abuse and just to the extent that she was taken advantage of at so many different points in her life, like, it unfortunately, it is just a really, really heartbreaking story. And I
Yeah.
Yeah.
guess the only silver lining is that, like, she did leave behind this incredible body of work that is a masterclass to every lesser bitch that has followed.
I mean, and not even just that is followed while they were alive. And I
Yeah.
I
Yes.
I I was thinking that while I was doing all this research too, is I was like, people that did that stuff to, like the Louis B. Mayers of the world, or even like that made her feel less than, like at least a good 70% of that was either jealousy or not, like hoping that she could never find out how amazing she
Yeah,
was. Be-
yeah,
because once
Yeah.
she's in the power position, then she can ask for that respect. She can ask for that money. She can ask for anything, truly.
yeah,
And so I kept thinking about that. I was like, a lot of this is like psychological games in order to just make sure she never reaches her full potential. And she still did.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's
Wild.
really incredible.
Before we get into the rewind, I do want to ask what I always ask. Do you guys remember what your first like introduction to Judy Garland was? I think for sure for me it was The Wizard of Oz, which I think
Yeah.
is kind of probably the world's introduction to her, just because that
Yeah.
movie. I mean, there are academic papers and podcasts dedicated to just that movie,
Yeah.
and its influence. But is that right for everyone? Wizard of Oz?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was the first movie, not only my introduction to her, it was my introduction to movies,
Oh my
period.
God.
It was the first movie that I ever saw. I actually have the VHS here.
Incredible.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yes.
In reaching distance.
Yeah. This was like the 50th anniversary, and I was like 2 years old when it came out, and I guess my mom or someone in the family got it for me, and I don't really have a vivid memory of it, but from what I've been told from my family, that I would just ask to watch it like on a loop. You know, like it would end and I
Wow.
would just want to watch it again. And when I was 3 or 4, I was the Wicked Witch for Halloween. Like this was my
You're
first obsession. Like, it wasn't even just Judy. It was like my first intro really to film and pop culture and all of it, even though obviously I wasn't consciously aware of that.
Yeah. Your road to queerness was paved with literal gold, babe.
Yeah.
Like from 2 years old, you got christened with the Wizard of Oz,
Yeah.
and it was over.
It
An
was
angel came down and
over.
was like, "We know."
Exactly.
Like, uh, I was gonna ask, and I feel like you've just answered it, and I would never make you speak for all of Canada, but do you know like what Canada's relationship is with Wizard of Oz? Because I think the United States, like it literally still to this day plays every year around the
Right.
holidays.
Well, I
on
mean-
one channel or another.
I mean, for us, Canadians watch an enormous amount of American content, way more than we watch any Canadian content, to be honest.
Does it stop every 20 minutes and then you have to put in like 10 minutes of a Canadian movie or something?
Well, there used to actually be, especially in radio, there used to be laws around
Yes.
like the amount of Canadian content played on the radio. I don't think the same ever applied to TV. But so, you know, like all the major US networks, CBS, ABC, NBC, like those are like our
Okay.
main networks as well. So every year that it aired in the US, we watched it here too. So I mean, I don't know. I think The Wizard of Oz is truly an international thing. I mean, I know
Yeah.
I know that, the text and the movie are so definitively American, but I think it's safe to say that it is an international
Yeah.
phenomenon, and it is just as beloved here as it is anywhere else, for sure. How many of her other movies had you seen before this? Because I have to admit, like, for me, it was basically The Wizard of Oz and A Star is Born. Like, I had not really watched a lot of these other movies.
I think I'd seen Meet Me in St. Louis and
Yes.
In the Good Old Summertime, because
Yeah.
we talked about those movies for our Christmas musical episode,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Kevin. But beyond those two, I mean, and what's funny also, like some of these songs obviously have entered the canon of like the Great American
Yes.
Songbook, and so it's like, oh, I know this song, and like, oh, that's where this comes from. That's kind of cool. But I had not seen, Easter Parade. I had not seen like kind of like these other big movies
Mhm.
or quote unquote big movies that she had been in. So yeah, everything is dwarfed by Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
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 Period.
I had maybe seen half of them, but
Okay.
you have to understand it's because I have a sickness.
Okay.
Mm.
So if I don't watch at least 2 movies a day, I die.
Okay,
That's-
which is amazing.
That's what I've told people for years now. Gavin
Yes.
is sick.
That checks out. That tracks. It's funny, and I was gonna save this for later, but I will say it now. The only ones, and I did my best to actually not really watch them. Mostly the Andy Hardy movies. I have an unnatural hatred of Mickey Rooney.
Okay.
I hate Mickey Rooney so much, and I shouldn't. He never did anything to me in my
No.
lifetime, but I fucking think he's the worst. And those are mostly the ones I hadn't seen, and I did still watch some of them for this,
Wow.
and I wish I had not, but that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get into the Mickey Rooney of all. I was just gonna say I'm gonna try and keep us moving.
Yeah.
But if there's any place that you guys want to stop, please just bebop right in, and we'll get into it.